Welcome to the super fun game review podcast. Go Mega Ultra Between Review Show. Down. Who's host for this one?
Harry.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. Did you get any information about the console?
No, I did not.
I knew you wouldn't, so I did.
Good job. Nice. It's hard to tell whose retrospective is whose, though.
It's pinned in the Discord.
Your mom's pinned in Discord.
Your mom's pegged in Discord.
Yikes.
She's got her own event.
Welcome to MUBRS.
Mothers.
Oh, okay.
Mothers.
Oh, welcome to MUBRS. MUBRS! Tonight.
Do it again.
Welcome to MUBRS! Jesus. All right, we're fucking done.
Anybody need another beer?
I know.
I know, right?
Shake it around a little bit.
Oh, we're getting the ring in this bitch.
Grudge bitch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the grudge.
Yeah.
Welcome to MUBRS! Shove that bitch back in the attic. Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking stupid bitch.
Creepy cat kid.
Well, welcome back to our retrospective series.
Yeah.
Tonight, we are discussing the
And the...
All right, someone stop recording.
Why do
Fuck you, I'm the host tonight.
That's enough!
Why do I feel like undressing all of a sudden? Hot.
But before we get into our discussion this evening, a word from our sponsor.
Deep Creek Glassworks!
Deep Creek Glassworks! Anybody have the ad brought up?
Yeah, in my brain, motherfucker.
In my brain.
In my brain piece, homie. It's in my brain.
Crush-resistant boxers!
Crush-resistant
Crush-resistant boxers.
Free shipping!
Promo code SUPERFUN!
Super fun!
10% off!
Glassware.
Deep Creek!
This Sunday.
Sunday!
Surprise! Monday through Sunday at Deep Creek Glassworks.com.
Surprise! It's a glass dildo!
Steve's having a...
That butthole!
I think I just had a stroke.
Deep Creek Glassworks!
Not again. Not again.
Somebody get the ambulance!
Oh, man. Check them out on Instagram, Etsy, Deep Creek Glassworks.
WORX! Works!
Boats and hoes.
Yeah, code word super fun. 10% off your first purchase. You're going to love it. I mean, it's awesome glass stuff. Go get it. And if you didn't get the person in your life a Valentine's Day gift, because this is like right before Valentine's, just order it and say, oh, it's in the mail, or I got something awesome on the way for you. And you wouldn't be totally lying, but you waited that long, so.
Get your sweetie a glass heart!
That's actually incredibly sweet!
I love that hoe!
Bitches love glass.
Fold that ass!
Ah!
There it is.
Yep, it was just a matter of time.
Is that their slogan? Glass for your ass!
Get some glass for that ass.
Pretty sure it isn't, but it might be now. After the ads for the past like 3 months,
Where we talked about-
Tanner might want to look at writing up a contract for these ads.
Well, he hasn't punched me in the throat yet, so I think we're okay. We're good.
Yet.
It's fair.
Oh, hey, Tanner, what are you doing here? Oh, God!
Surprise! Glass brass knuckles.
Glass knuckles.
Glass knuckles.
Glass knuckles.
Touch the sky. Glass knuckles.
Say photo. Pick up the phone. Call is free.
Copyright infringement lawsuit to me.
Very well.
We're not sponsored. But Safe Auto, if you want in, you shoot me an email. We got a spot for you.
Very well. Well, let's get into our DS and 3DS episode this evening. Joe is going to drop you some console facts.
Using
Console facts.
Facts. Yeah, so I don't have much here. So the original DS launched in 2004. They came out with a few different versions of it, like a DS Lite, which was a little bit smaller.
I just
a little
held
bit
one of those
taller.
for the first time, like 20
Wish it
minutes
was
ago.
a baller.
You winked at me while you did that.
I did.
Oh, that's
Not the only thing that winked at you.
my brown eye.
My brown eye.
So they also have the DS XL.
I'm sorry. That's false. I'm so sorry.
You were just outside.
I know. It wasn't. It didn't.
The cold air compressed your stomach.
Yeah.
It just forced
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, so they had the DS, the DS Lite, the DS XL, which, as you can imagine, they're just smaller and bigger versions. They sold 154 million units of those,
Not surprising.
which is fucking ridiculous.
Of like the DS, like across the board of
yeah,
lights
the
and
original,
Okay.
yeah, original iteration of the DS system. You could play DS games and Game Boy Advance games on it, which was pretty sweet. And then after that, they launched the 3DS in 2011.
We added an extra D.
Sometimes you just gotta get extra teeth.
Just
Yeah.
throw some extra D in there. Why not?
makes it more exciting.
Two
Yeah.
Ds wasn't enough. Needed a third.
You got to pay a little extra for that, though.
It was a little bit. So yeah, that launched in 2011. Obviously, it had the little slider switch, so you could do like stereoscopic 3D. Basically 3D without glasses. Was a pretty, unique part of the console.
Oh.
And they same thing. They came out with an XL. Different size variations.
Of the 3DS?
Yeah, the
itself?
3DS. They also had like, they came out with a. This is the pain in the ass part about this fucking system that pisses me off.
Uh-oh.
They came out with what they called a new 3DS.
Yep.
Did they call it new?
Yes.
3D? Oh, Jesus.
Just like they came out with new Super Mario Brothers at one point.
And that was the one that they changed the screen on only, right? It was
No.
like the same size.
No, so they changed the processor and everything. And it caused. There were certain games that you could only play on the new 3DS.
Oh.
But the games weren't marketed that way.
Oh.
Yeah, so you either had to do your research, or when you plugged it in, you just black screened. It was really fucking dumb.
Real dumb.
Oh, that's...
This is what you can do when you have an absolute monopoly on a niche market.
Yeah.
Apparently.
So all said, they sold 76 million units of the 3DS variations. So roughly half of what they sold on the previous generations.
Oh.
Side note, though, like I said, they sold 76 million units. I am going to mention a game here because it's absolutely ridiculous. Mario Kart 7, they sold 19 million units.
What?
So basically, 1 out of every 4 consoles they sold, that person probably had a Mario
Jesus.
Kart 7 game.
Wasn't that a pack-in with one of the consoles? Really?
New
That
Super
was-
Mario Brothers was.
Oh, okay.
Mario Kart was not.
Oh, so that was just standalone.
That was just standalone.
Damn. Although, I can't really say I'm surprised. It's fucking Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I mean, that just... How can you not love Mario Kart?
Right.
Man, that's a lot.
It is.
That's a crop.
Yeah.
It's a crop.
That is a crop.
That is a crop. Look at that crop.
Yeah, so Mario Kart at 19 million units, we covered that. That's pretty much all I had. They had obviously peripherals and stuff like that, like previous ones.
Were they as exciting as the Game Boy, though?
Yo, the one I have is fucking clutch because it added a second joystick, and it's not wired. It doesn't actually even plug into the console itself.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, didn't I read there
So
was
they
like a
have-
Wi-Fi thing?
It's an IR receiver like on a TV.
Oh.
So when you use the add-on with the extra buttons, because the only reason I got the add-on was because the DSs are so small. Even the XL is too small for my hands.
Yeah, you got them big
Where
hands.
it adds it on and it pulls the joysticks out further and it relocates your trigger buttons.
Oh,
So it was much more comfortable for me.
check that out.
And it just sends digital signals into that IR port. Mm-hmm. And it was fucking amazing.
oh, I
That's
bet.
awesome.
Yeah. So that's the only add-on that I got that was like
You know, do you
fucking sweet.
guys know of any other peripherals just for like total transparency? I was not lying when I only first held one of these like 20 minutes before recording. It's like Harry was like, "Oh yeah, here, feel this," and then he's like, "Oh, here's my DS."
It was my penis. Feel this.
And I'm like,
This
"Oh,
is the 1D version.
wow, they're both so rigid and disappointing."
This one's stained blue.
Let's measure it in metric so the numbers are bigger.
5 millimeters.
Let me show you the stylus.
It's a whole 33 millimeters.
But yeah, I have no fucking clue when it comes to this. So if there was like another peripheral or anything,
Yeah, I mean, we can just move into
Interesting.
sharing experiences about it before we head into games.
Sure.
sharing
Just,
experiences
like,
about.
as Steve said, brutally honest. Like
Yeah,
Put it in his hand.
yeah, he did,
Yeah.
he did.
and I was still disappointed.
He's like, "Hey, let's solve that problem real quick. Here you go.
I got
Don't worry, my pen exploded."
I got a 3DS really late in the cycle. I think I got one maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I had like a Mario edition. My case is covered in all of the different Mario characters, which is really cool. Like they're just like engraved. It's like all black.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. My only complaint is that it's just too small in my hands.
Yeah. Well, you also
Amen, brother.
have some big hands.
Yep. Yeah.
I
So
mean, any man or adult over 5'8" probably has this problem.
Oh, Harry.
I'm 5'9".
Just barely.
Fuck you.
Just barely made it.
I'm 5'8" and 7/8.
Hey, my legal license says 5'9".
Yeah, so does mine. That's a fucking lie.
oh, that's nice. They rounded up for you.
Just like his dick. It's funny that they put that on license.
I know. I was going to say it's very odd.
Height, that, eye color, circumcised. What?
yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh, it's DL for dick length, not driver's license.
Oh. Thanks, Department of
They
Transportation.
measure it in microns.
Like, man, mine's 7 digits. what unit of measure are they using?
Microns.
Sorry, we had 20X on. Tiny penises.
Little penises. Yep.
Little penis.
What were we talking about? I got distracted.
I'm an
by
organ
dick.
donor.
Cool, I'm going to need that valve.
So you got it pretty late in the console and it's too small?
Yeah, it's just it wasn't great. I originally got it for my son, and I was just like, "Here, dude, like, I got you like a little gaming console," and he was like, "This is great and all, but I want to play your PlayStation 4." I was like, "Okay, I get that." And he never
Son of a-
touches the 3DS, so it's pretty much mine.
Yeah.
It's just like he's never asked me to buy him games for it ever. I was like, okay, it's like cool. I guess I bought this for myself.
Guess I got a 3DS.
You're like, man, it was really great spending that $300 on 2 games.
No, actually, I must say, I got my 3DS for $100, brand new.
Oh, okay, nice.
Oh.
It was like on a Black Friday deal. They were like, "Oh, here's these like Black Friday edition." That's why it's like the black with the Mario's on it. It was like
Yeah.
it was,
Special edition or whatever.
yeah, Black Friday edition.
Oh, okay.
That's surprising that Nintendo actually did like a sale for something, because they are notorious for not doing that.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised too. But here we are.
Well, when did the actual 3DS come out?
2011.
Yeah.
Oh, and they. Oh well, I guess it's been a couple years. Okay, yeah.
They just
It took them about 7 or 8 years to discount the console.
Yeah.
They just discontinued it last year.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Well, 2020.
Oh yeah, I forget. Oh fuck, we've been so many years.
Harry?
So, I don't know when in the generation I got it. Mine was bartering.
You have an original DS or a 3DS?
I have the original DS.
Okay.
I have 2 original DSs.
DS Lite. I read the back.
Was it light?
It is light.
Oh, okay.
They're lights.
Sorry, I don't know too much about the console. But no, the first. So I bought the second one because the first one got ink all over it. The first one was part of a bartering system. I traded a bong for.
You heard him right.
Yeah. I traded a bong for this DS.
Good old college.
Now, my roommate didn't know we made the trade. But he committed to that trade. So,
There we go. You don't throw a bong, son.
yeah, fucking idiot. Stupid Leo.
Some of my favorite stories, not gonna lie.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Was.
I don't
He
know
might
if
be
you
a-
guys did you guys ever meet him?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
There was a reason you did
Just
not
had to
bring him.
heard you gripe about him all the
He
time.
was the
Yeah.
fucking worst.
You'd come home from college and you'd be like, God damn it.
I hated
Listen
him
to what
so
my
much.
stupid roommate did.
And that was
dumb.
after moving out of a place with like 4 fucking roommates, and we still did better than him.
Yeah, it just. I think it ruined my whole college experience of living on campus. Just
Sounds like it.
No, it was just awful.
Yeah.
That and living on my. Like in an apartment before living in a dorm, it's like you're
like,
shrinking your
this
level
is
of
way
freedom.
downhill.
Yeah.
Kidding me? We had like a whole house.
Yeah, and it was more expensive, generally speaking.
What? Oh yeah, our rent was pretty decent. For
Yeah, they
the
charge
time.
fucking arms and a leg for a fucking
Of course, it's college.
cold like box.
Yeah.
You hear that, kids? Don't go to college. It's
Yeah.
a waste of money.
It is.
Don't live on campus if you can help it.
That too.
Live off
Oh
campus.
yeah. No, because I think I saved most of my student loans were from the year that I lived on campus. I could have walked almost like loanless.
Loneless.
Yeah, sorry. I
So
had to look around
loneless
at that
and
one.
so lonely alone.
I could have walked away without any debt after college if I didn't spend that one. But I can say
well.
I did it.
Yeah.
So fucking there's that.
And hey, you got some Nintendo
And I got a
out of
DS
it.
and I
Yeah.
got a story for the podcast.
Exactly. See,
And you got a piece of paper that you don't use at all.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's in a
When
frame
you
in a box
graduated.
somewhere. I have no idea where it is.
You've unpacked everything but that.
I don't know where it's at.
I haven't
A
seen it
major
up.
in criminal justice.
God, I hope I didn't leave it on the wall at the apartment.
Where's your degree? I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I have one.
I'll print a new one.
My degree is a negative number in the bank.
Yeah, I got a PhD this time.
I graduated. It's just a piece of paper that you signed.
Green crayon that's smeared at the side. Anyway, so I got that DS. I brought it home. I did not have a power cord for it. For Christmas that year, that was the only I got one video game, and my mom got me a DS game. I'm like,
You're like, I have a dead one.
yeah, I didn't even plan on playing it. But then years later, to kind of revitalize a game that I had played years ago, I bought a new DS and got an updated version of that game. And I don't want to spoil what it is yet, because it'll be in our top game list. So.
Surprise, he got another DS Lite.
Yeah, I got a second. It didn't have ink on it this time. And I got to pick out the color of it.
Cool.
So that's my DS stories, I guess. Yeah.
So I never had an original DS. My wife had one though. She actually got it the first Christmas we were together, if I remember correctly.
Aw. I don't know.
And she played the shit out of it. And I was always interested in a few DS games, but like it was hers. I wasn't gonna like bogart it to play a game for like
Hey,
a fucking
give me your
month or
game.
whatever.
No.
Yeah, like
Give me your game.
Not a big fan of that. I'd rather just buy a second one at that point.
Yeah.
I never really did though.
What was she playing?
Animal Crossing.
Ah, okay.
Is your wife a gamer?
Yeah.
For
Okay.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing and The Sims.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she plays a few games.
You've
she
mentioned a
plays
few
games.
games that
Yeah.
Yeah.
it seems like she gets like really into.
Oh
so.
yeah. She games probably more than I do.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, looks like we need a new host on the podcast.
Replacement.
Some of my games were stuff that I ran by her. to be fair.
That's funny. That's funny.
So I never got a original DS, and as much as I hate Nintendo, I always have I'm going to be very clear here. The last time I bought a Nintendo game was for 64.
Yeah. Okay.
To give you an idea.
That makes sense.
Fair
the
enough.
last
So-
time you bought
The last time I
game.
bought.
keyword
game.
bought.
So
Keep that in mind for a couple months
That was
from
a
now.
solid system, though.
Yeah.
Just
I mean,
in all
I was
fairness.
also fucking 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can't mod a 64. No, you probably could. But
Yeah.
you could mod it.
You guys hear whispering? Speak up.
Something about
So
emulators
anyways.
and ROMs.
So my policy, honestly, with Nintendo is since their IPs,
If I can't mod it, it's shit. That's my policy.
if I can't mod it, I don't buy it.
Oh Jesus. Okay, he was going there.
Just
Yeah.
with Nintendo.
Yeah, because like the only games that are good are first party.
Fair.
Like everything else is trash. 99% of everything else.
Yeah.
is
Okay.
trash.
Yes.
Like,
Okay.
They get a lot of
Get the
shovelware.
yeah.
They get a lot of shovelware.
So just take that 1% and be
and
happy.
shove it.
Yeah.
Wear it.
Damn.
Shovel wear it.
A shovelware. I'm wearing shovels.
So anyway, so I got the only way I was going to get a DS was if I modded it. But I really wanted it because there was games that were coming out that I was like, I would have played this so bad. So I wanted to do it as cheap as possible. So I bought a Japanese DS off of eBay.
Oh.
3DS to be specific.
Okay.
And I got it for $35 because it was somebody in America with a Japanese DS and they were region locked. So it only played Japanese games.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, this fits my bill
I can work
because
with
I'm
this.
modding it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna just mod it to
So
an
my
English.
first step in modding it was to change the region on it, and then I could do the actual mod to play any game I wanted on it.
Yep.
But that process took me probably a month. Like once I received the unit, I did all the research pre-hand though. I was like, okay, let me make sure this is a fucking doable thing.
Do you want to touch my unit?
But yeah, that's my kind of story of how I got the DS and things of that nature. Did some pretty cool stuff with it after that, but most of that's going to be covered in games probably.
I have porn on 2 screens. It's like
Somehow it's different camera angles.
double the boobs.
Oh God.
17.
What was that game I shared earlier in the podcast?
Touch rub or something.
Oh, rub and touch. Hold on.
Rub and touch or something?
I'll even bring that up. Like I don't even know like how that's there. Project Rub,
Project Rub.
which I'm wondering because that it says 12 plus, and
That's
that's
a PEGI rating.
like there's a couple warning signs on there that don't look American. Just
I
throwing
saw,
that
I,
out.
I saw that joke just flash before Steve's eyes when you're like, "It's a Peggy rating," and he was just like, I need to continue, or I'm gonna lose. the train of thought."
Thank you for the
Yeah, no
acknowledgement. I was right there, like, oh.
You're like, "Ugh." The low hanging fruit. Wink.
I'm gonna peg the fuck out of that.
Oh man.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Power to you on the modding though, Joe. I don't think I'd have the fucking patience, even if I could figure out how to do it, which you guys know I wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
No.
But I'm just saying,
Are you kidding? Not even that, and then having friends that find out be like, hey, can you hook it up?
Yeah, it's definitely like a time consuming thing. Like I think I probably spent like 200 hours doing like between the work and the research of like doing the modding and stuff like that. It's way fucking easier now.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
when I was doing it, like I had to put a shit ton of time in to make sure I was like
Yeah.
okay with what I was doing. The console it was working on, because like not all of them are moddable. Like I had to make sure like it was a process.
Right. And that's even more complicated. When I bought a chip off of Yahoo Auctions, and my dad put that in the PlayStation.
That's way easier. I'd rather just put a fucking solder, especially now that that's what I went to school for.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I just need to solder this onto this. Okay, I'm done.
Like
And it's done.
And then put this into my compact computer that has 2 disk drives? Okay. Well, thank you, Joe.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I ended up in the DS space.
Yeah. Fuck Nintendo.
Dude, honestly, like...
They've got enough money.
I mean, have you
It's
done
a
the math,
fucking
though?
racket.
Okay, you sunk 200 hours to mod this $35 piece. If you break down the math...
Oh, no.
Like, that's the thing, though. That like a lot of that stuff that I learn is stuff I use later on other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I never modded my Xbox 360, I probably would have spent 400 hours doing research and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
So it cut it down so he could mod my 360 and I could save thousands of dollars in games until they picked up on it and be like, oh,
'Cause
fuck you.
Nintendo games don't go on sale.
Nope.
Like,
And you have to learn like certain things, like how to get things to boot BIOS or so you can flash.
In the details. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it has practical reasons down the road. I mean, I'm sure not even necessarily just to modding. You'd be like, oh, fuck. I
making
kinda,
theft easier later.
amen.
yeah.
Arr. We're pirates.
I was going to say, a shanty sounds appropriate right about now.
Yeah, the
I found a shanty song that I'm like addicted to recently.
All right, we'll get into that.
the modding on the 3DS.
Hey ho, Joe never paid for games. Hey oh.
I won't pay.
Man. Yeah, like the 3DS was the best mod that I've done yet. Because like
Nice.
literally there's like just a store. Like it was basically the eShop, and you just go in, you just click on it, and it just downloads.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
There once was a man named Joe Mussey, and he didn't want to pay Nintendo's fee. I thought of it. I was like, I have to get it out.
Fuck 'em.
Well done.
We should probably move on before I incriminate myself.
There
more.
you go. Yeah. Well, statute of limitation, it's done. That was decades ago. Be quiet. They
I'm a
don't.
time traveler.
I'm a time traveler.
Looper Mussington over here.
Yeah. Good movie. I watched that recently too.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
Fair enough.
No, it stays in.
Enhance.
Enhance. Zoom enhance. That's not a thing.
Very well. I think we should move on to our top 5
Yeah, yeah.
or close to 5.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds
Gamelet.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. I'm fucking ready for this.
All right. Who wants? I bet you are.
Got my list.
I'll go first.
I appreciate
So
you.
my number 5 is Ocarina of Time 3D.
Ooh, hot.
Fantastic.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
sound fun.
has Master Quest built into it,
Nice.
which is great. I mean, you can't go wrong playing Ocarina of Time.
No.
Like, especially like, that was the game I bought. The not only the size thing, but having the second joystick for that game was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because it really because being able to just instead of like manually move the camera like you can in like a normal third person game nowadays was fucking clutch. Because you couldn't do that without that peripheral.
I've always wanted to play Master Quest, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
Dude, it's not easy, dude. Have you played it at all?
No.
So like the Deku plants in like the first in Kokiri Village,
Yeah.
they one hit you.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nuts.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they just one hit you. Like
Fuck
you're just
that.
trying to run over the Deku tree as it's dying, and it's like boom, fucking dead.
Fuck your shit, you little blonde hair bitch.
It's fucking gnarly.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Oy.
Are there a lot of enemies that one hit kill you?
pretty much everything. Yeah, like you really have to make sure you're getting all the milk bottles and all the hearts, and like because if you don't, like you basically have to like play perfectly. It's gnarly, and the maps are different. Like all the chests are in different spots, and all that shit. Yeah, it's gnarly. I've never completed it. I've gotten as far as adulthood, and I haven't like really gotten much further than that.
So it's pretty much like Ocarina of Time, but like expert run.
Oh,
like
yeah.
ramped
Yeah.
up.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
It's pretty much like Dark Souls version of
Dark Souls, Legend of Zelda.
yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, it's like it's not even like playing normal doesn't help you because everything's different.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
keys are in different spots, maps are in different spots, all the chests are in different spots.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that's cool. Like as a completely
Yeah,
different
like
way of playing
it's
the game.
like
Then.
like one of the original like new game pluses that came out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, my number 5.
Who's
Clark?
got it at number 5.
I was waiting for it.
My number 5 is going to be Monster Hunter Tri, which is the third Monster Hunter game. It was my first Monster Hunter game, which led to me playing a much more enjoyable version of a Monster Hunter game on PlayStation. But it was fun. It was definitely like an enjoyable game. It's really it's like Evolve and Dark Souls kind of mixed, where they don't really give you much of like, hey, this is like really how this game goes.
You got to figure it out.
Yeah, you have to figure it out, and you have to kind of do teamwork with no communication and stuff like that. It's pretty tough.
Oh, so like Rocket League. Okay.
He equates everything to Rocket League.
Oh, just like Rocket League.
I'm sorry. I
Does it have movement? Yeah. Oh, it's just like
just
Rocket,
Rocket
League.
League,
Yeah.
Is there a way to get like a speed boost?
Yeah.
Can you do flips?
do you jump?
Yeah.
Is there anything spherical? Oh, perfect. Rocket League. Rocket League.
Are there
Is the color blue in the game? Oh, yeah. No, it's same thing.
Just like Rocket.
You unlock cosmetics? Yeah.
Rocket League. Sorry. It's been like the past week and a half. It's been my go-to guilty pleasure.
Steve's saying
again.
Rocket League so much. He's like, broccoli.
Rocket League.
Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. It was a really enjoyable game to get into, and I just enjoyed it more on a full size controller.
Cool. Makes sense.
Harry, let's say our number 5 at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Nailed it.
Okay, all right.
Nice.
Joe, do you have a number 4?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had a number 5. I hope I have a number 4.
You just wanted to be different.
All these fucking numbers!
I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to 2.
I just have a 5, 4, 3, and a 2. So my number 4 is actually a pretty sweet game. It's actually the only game I bought for the DS. I actually sought it out to get it. 1, because I actually wanted to play it, and 2, because I wanted a cartridge to block off the port so nothing got in it.
Fair.
Because I was just modding everything, so there was just an open expansion slot. I was just like, I don't want dirt in there. Like,
There's just an open hole
I'm
that
gonna
I
buy
need
a
to
game
shove
just
something
shove in here.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll play
but I
it.
made sure it was a game that I actually wanted to play, and it is my number 4. And it's a 2DS game. It is Drawn to Life. Now, this is one of the coolest games that I've ever played that took advantage of the touchscreen and stylus. So basically, it's a side-scrolling platformer.
Okay.
Everything you encounter, you draw, including your character.
Huh.
So your character, when you start the game, they put on the screen like basically like where your head should be, where your arm should be, and where your legs should be, right? And then you draw yourself, and then it
Okay.
animates what you drew, and that's your character.
That's neat.
All your weapons, it's like, hey, draw a sword.
Wasn't there another
I
game?
draw that thing as big as I fucking could.
It gives you like a predetermined size. It's like whatever you put in here is going to be your sword.
Man, I say the same thing about
It's
my
just-
mouth. Oh.
It's
Yeah.
just a block. Giant block.
Like, wasn't there another game kind of which I think is like
Scribblenauts.
yes,
Yeah.
which
Scribblenauts
was
is similar,
like wait,
yeah.
but this is like Scribblenauts was like after this
Yeah.
what-
And
okay.
Scribblenauts, you're spelling.
Your spell what you want.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just
It's
remember
like
like
it's
some
not
sort of feature like that. Yeah. Okay,
Fun fact: Cthulhu is in Scribblenauts.
I did see that.
Yeah, I was playing on my phone one time and just was like, oh,
wonder.
let's see if Cthulhu's in this, and he just killed everything on the screen, including myself.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But so like if it's like you come across a canyon, you can just be like, oh, let me draw a bridge.
Oh,
Like
you go.
it was a pretty fucking sweet game.
Let me draw the Simpsons ramp that Bart tried to cross the gorge.
Yeah, definitely a pretty sweet game. Like I
That
said.
sounds like a fun one.
One of the few games that really took advantage of the console
Yeah, because that
and did it well.
makes you think, and then it's
Yeah.
like, okay, well, this is like kind of on a whole different level, and then it's like we can actually integrate like the two shit together. So you had a draw on one screen, and then it popped up in the other.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm just going to ask questions because this is all I can fucking add.
yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
pretty
'Cause
cool.
the bottom of the DS is the touch part.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would just give you like a suggested size and or shape or things like that, and you would just draw onto it. You could change all the colors and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like
dope.
that. Yeah, it was
that
fucking
sounds
sweet.
like fun. Yeah. Nice.
My number 4 is going to be the only Pokemon game that I played on the 3DS, and that was Pokemon Sun. It was cool. I didn't really use the 3DS, like the 3D aspect of the 3DS much at all, because it really kind of fucked with my eyes a little bit. Yeah, it's your standard Pokemon game. This one had a little more story to it. Like, it was a little more story driven, and there was like heavy narrative, almost to a fault, but it was okay. And the Pokemon battles were cool.
They're
It's
Pokemon battles.
Yeah, it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's a Pokemon game.
Rinse and repeat.
Is some of this like the one meme that was thrown on Facebook in the group like a long time ago of like a cursor hitting Machamp like in the testicle region, like his balls?
No, they don't do any, they don't do anything with the stylus in the Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
like it's not like Pokemon Go.
Oh, okay, because I'm just thinking that.
No.
Okay.
No, that's
That's hentai.
actually yes, that kind of thing was in Pokemon Sun. You could like pet your Pokemon.
Oh, right, when they're in
And
the
you-
daycare and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you could like cheer them up, and they would heal faster and stuff like that. And you could
Okay.
feed them.
Yeah, take them out to play.
Yeah, it was
I never really did any of that.
Oh, I'm sorry, and that was Machoke, not Machamp.
whatever.
He's just get first gen, right? Jesus.
I tried not to do a lot of that stuff because I was just like, man, this
It
is
just felt really gimmicky.
annoying. Yeah, it's really gimmicky, and then there were like 3 Pokemon that you had to interact with them like that to get them to evolve.
Yeah.
Ah, see, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tickle the butthole to get Vaporeon. Oh, shit. I went to the other side. I got Flareon. God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
I got the hemorrhoids version.
9 tails.
Eevee, I choose poo.
Do you have a number 4, Harry?
I do. I have very brief playing this, but it makes the list. I played Mario Kart DS,
Okay.
which was actually pretty cool. I liked... Casey kind of introduced me to this. He was like, "Oh, here, just fucking check this out."
Yeah.
And like you could see like the overhead map, like looking like top down,
Game changer.
which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
That was also the first. So like you could play multiplayer with that on the
You
handheld.
could, which I was like on a fucking handheld.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind a little bit. I'll be completely
Without
honest.
internet.
Was it without internet?
Yeah.
Yeah. They just did a.
I don't know. He set
did,
it up
like,
and
a
just handed it
local-
to me. This
Yeah,
is,
it was
this was
like
like the peak of my.
Did like a local LAN thing. It was pretty cool.
Wireless.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did want to mention before we get too far into the episode, the 3DS. Now, just in case somebody's listening to this like 20 years from now, this was kind of in the height of like this 3D craze that America, I swear to God, was having.
Oh yeah.
Where
Between
fucking
TVs and everything.
TVs,
yeah.
movies, gaming, like everything had to be fucking 3D.
Oh,
Yeah, that shit died.
Sony came out with that fucking TV that had like, oh, if you wear this glasses and the other, you can't see each other's screen.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm okay with that.
That is neat. I'm just saying, dude. I think it was around the same time.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It
I don't
was.
know. I just remember this like everything had to be
Yeah.
fucking 3D.
My
God
buddy
damn.
has one of those TVs. He's like, "Ah, man, I spent like $6,000 on that TV. I never fucking use it."
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
He's like, they don't even make movies for it anymore.
No.
No,
No,
the,
dude,
the
no, they
3D
don't.
craze died. Now everyone wants paper thin
Yeah.
displays.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like this 3DS came out when fucking that all this shit was going on with 3D.
If the TVs and shit worked the way the stereoscopic did on the console, I'd be in.
Yeah.
I don't want the glasses.
No.
Yep.
Come on, it's 2022.
Yeah.
No, we don't need to dive back into 3D. Let's go VR. VR is the future. Did you have a 4, Steve?
Yeah, here you go.
My number 3 is Fire Emblem Fates. Fire Emblem is a Final Fantasy Tactics like game.
Yeah.
Or XCOM. Absolutely fantastic series is Fire Emblem. I really there's
Did that one differ than like the ones from like, because I just remember from like Super Nintendo and whatnot.
Probably the same concept, just advanced more.
yeah.
I've never played
Yeah.
one, and I've always wanted to, but
They're fun.
yeah.
I have 3 houses on the Switch, and it is perfection. Like that game is amazing.
Oh, okay, cool.
And Fates was kind of the lead up to that. That's they had this idea in like Fates Rebirth, and I think it's like Conquest or Birthright. It might be Birthright. It's like Fates, and then there's 3 different like versions. I think it's the 3 different houses.
Okay.
And then in Fire Emblem 3 Houses, it's 3 different houses that you're working at. It's really awesome. It's a fantastic game if you like those XCOM mixed with a little bit of anime. It's real good.
My number 3 is Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wing.
God, how many fucking 12s did they make?
Too many.
7.
Like 12 too many.
Whoa.
Well, they released.
Well, they had 12, 12-2, Lightning's Revenge.
No, that's 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're
stand
getting 12 and
corrected.
13.
12 was Zodiac, right?
They did a Zodiac on PS4. I think that was it. It was just the 12. They did this Revenant Wing, which I wish they wouldn't. I don't know. Sometimes when Final
Wow,
Fantasy
it's ranked 3, and you don't even wish it happened.
their titling system, it just drives me nuts sometimes.
That's fair.
So this was technically a sequel to Final Fantasy 12, but this was an RTS.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You basically collect creatures from the Final Fantasy 12 world, and like let's say you get a fairy, which is like a ranged archer or something like that. When you spawn them into battle, you spawn like 5 of them.
Right.
So they're like equipment or monsters that you're getting like a whole platoon of essentially. And
Right. I mean, it's RTS, yeah.
yeah. So, but you always start. You don't get allies throughout the battle. It's always you start with whatever your load is, and it's all about like. But they like move really slow across the screen. So I'm like, this is my 3rd favorite game for the system, and I'm bitching about it. it was okay.
I love this game. It fucking sucks with the name.
I mean, it was a kind of cool concept. It shouldn't have been a Final Fantasy mainstream game. It's just weird when they do
They were
something
like, let's
it.
make an RTS, and they were like, how do we make money off this? And they were like, we can, I don't know.
Put it on the
fold-
3DS.
Yeah, let's
Full
just throw
Final
Final
Fantasy
Fantasy
on
Final
7 onto
Fantasy
it.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That happens too much.
yeah.
They'll sell 1 million copies. Probably
Yeah.
did. Based on Final Fantasy alone.
Yeah, that's what they did to Final Fantasy 7, right?
It's just weird too to see.
Kidding.
'Cause I don't. Was Final Fantasy 12 on Xbox? Do you guys remember seeing that, or was that like PlayStation?
12 was PlayStation 2.
Yes,
And then
but like that would have been the first generation of Xbox. I don't know if Final Fantasy games were on.
No, they were still PlayStation exclusive. at
Yeah,
that
so it was
point.
like PlayStation
Yeah.
exclusive, and then they throw one on a Nintendo handheld system, which it's just weird. It's a little jarring.
Man.
Square.
Square
Yeah,
Enix.
I don't know.
Just-
It'd be really
yeah.
interesting for us to do a retrospective on game series. Just like, let's go back and talk about like some of the big guys.
Maybe down the line somewhere.
Yeah, maybe.
Where did they
maybe
go
that could
wrong?
happen. Yeah, Final Fantasy.
Where are they now, and why don't you care?
There's some guy that does really good videos online, like the Rise and Fall. He did one on Max Payne, the Rise and Fall of Max Payne, and they're really solid episodes. Anyway, that's my number 3, Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wing.
Cool.
All right.
That was the one my mom bought me for Christmas.
Oh.
when she
Oh,
found
okay.
out
There you
I
go.
had acquired a DS.
For some unknown reason.
Yes.
So my number 3 is Mario Kart 7, which was the 3DS Mario Kart. Fucking loved that game. It was obviously on Wii or Wii U or whatever the fuck it was launched. It was probably on both of those too, honestly.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
But that one was fucking sweet because not only did it have like the multiplayer aspect that the Mario Kart DS had, was it had the multiplayer, but whoever you were playing with, only one person needed the cartridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
So like as long as the other people had a 3DS, they didn't even need the game.
no shit.
Yeah.
It's like Skyward Sword. Couldn't you do that with Skyward Sword as well?
Don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
It would make sense.
But
I
at least
don't know.
that's a fun concept.
Yeah,
where
it
it's
was
like,
it was
okay,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
You only had to have one person and you were just good to go.
See, I'd be okay with that. I understand where it's like cutting out of like their market of like, well, everybody needs to have the game to be able to play together. But I would almost feel like that would be more of a reason to own that game, even if it's like a multiplayer game, but just being one person.
Yeah, well, it was nice because like if you're in a house, you're with your brothers and sisters or whatever.
Yeah.
Guess what? Your parents only have to buy one
Right.
for all of you guys to play together.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's like $40 instead of $160 if there's like,
Right.
4 kids in the house or some shit.
And they still sold 1/4's worth of the consoles.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, I would almost feel like that may have played a part of it of being
Right.
one of the biggest sellers for the fact
It's
that
like, I bought 2 consoles for my kids. Let me buy this one Mario Kart game and they can play together.
yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And obviously, Mario Kart games, I mean, they're just find a bad one, like honestly.
Yeah. I want to play some Mario Kart.
Double
right now.
Dash maybe. But
yeah,
I mean,
maybe Double Dash, but
That's had a pretty good following though.
Double Dash.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but it ain't the best one. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like
Yeah.
the only one that like some people don't agree is good. Like every other Mario Kart game is. So let's move into. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. Number 3.
Oh, number 3. I've got.
He's broken up. We'll come back around to him.
Okay, cool.
That was my favorite one.
Clark, number 2.
my number 2 is going to be The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D.
Nice.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, well, when we did Majora's Mask for the podcast, I actually played it on my 3DS.
Oh, you did. That's right.
Yes.
Oh, a trip
yes.
down memory
and that is a upscaled, up-resed, additional content version of Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
And I had a blast with it. It was one of the best Legend of Zelda experiences I've ever had in a video game, and it was through my 3DS.
I think that was the biggest flop that we've reviewed on this show. In my opinion, like the game I went in with the most hype about and came out like super disappointed. I was not into Majora's Mask like I thought I was going to be.
I don't know. I think that may have been one of the best ones because I think that's when we started talking about when Clark sits down to poop on the toilet, he plays his handholds.
Handhelds.
Just sitting on the toilet.
No, I think that actually started with Metal Gear,
maybe. Either way.
because I was talking about playing it on the Vita.
definitely-
The
Yeah,
poop jokes
that
were
was
around the Vita, not
Yep,
the 3DS
okay.
or the Switch.
All right, I'm just trying. So maybe it was just like brought back up.
But yeah, honestly, like Majora's Mask on 3DS, Majora's Mask Ocarina of Time, like they're in my. I've played Ocarina of Time on 64, GameCube, 3DS. 3DS is where you should be playing it.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
I would imagine having like the integration, like what's down on like the one screen compared to what
your
you're actually
item screen,
playing,
your
and
map, like all your
That's
items.
what's
in your
on the bottom.
Yeah,
Oh fuck.
yeah.
Which I'm sure
So
you
good.
probably said when we did Majora's
Yeah.
Mask, but I mean that was
Years ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
But yeah, that would up
Wait,
any
could you
experience.
change equipment real quick?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could just be like,
Yeah,
Instead of
'cause you could
going
just
into the menu?
Yep.
Yeah,
just
because it's already
tap,
open.
tap,
You can just
tap,
tap
tap,
it with.
tap.
Like, you didn't even have to use a stylus. You could just tap with your thumb and pick and
and it just
swap.
swaps
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Oh fuck yeah.
It's the quintessential way to play this game.
That's like the immediate I want this now of like today because we can't apparently none of us can afford to wait for anything, so it's like I need a Switch and I need it now, or it's like I need rotation, and
Yeah.
to be able to have that at that point in time, that's fucking big. That was
Yeah.
ahead of its time on that one then. Oh, that's a whole different experience. Nice.
Joe, your number 2?
My number 2 is actually Pokemon X.
Pokemon X.
Yeah, it was pre-Sun and Moon.
Okay.
It was generation before.
Then was there a Pokemon Y?
Yes.
Yeah, it was X and Y,
It was
Sun
X
and
Y.
Moon.
Yep.
Disappointed.
It was the one of the generation I played.
Right.
My nephew actually had Y, so we were able to actually trade Pokemon and stuff like that, which
there
actually
you
worked
go.
out. But I mean, it was the Pokemon game. Enjoyed it. It was spent a lot of time with it, though. You know what I mean? I think, like as Clark said, same with Sun and Moon. There's actually, it was the first one I've played since Yellow. So
Okay.
I was going into it like, there's a lot different here all of a sudden.
Oh, okay.
So really spent some time with it. Really enjoyed it.
So was it kind of like the same? Obviously, it's fucking Pokemon. You're a trainer. You go and you get Pokemon, but it kind of like the same where you go to like town to town, collect Pokemon along the way, find like the gym leaders of the town and battle them.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but it looked
it's
way
just-
better than it did on Game Boy.
I heard that. Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah,
your
mine's
ass.
going too.
See, Sun and Moon wasn't even about going and getting the gym badges, or like that wasn't the main goal of the trainer. You were trying to like, you're trying to find a certain Pokemon that you saw in the woods. And it's like this kind of like
You're
mysterious
more of an adventurer.
type thing. Yeah, a little more of like the adventure-y type. There's a new Pokemon game that I think actually comes out tomorrow, which is supposed to be like, I think it's like Arceus or Arceus.
Oh, yeah.
Arceus! Pokemon Arceus!
Yeah, I saw that.
But it's supposed to be like open world, like Breath of the Wild.
Oh,
So-
yeah. I seen
Pokemon.
screen grabs of that, and
is
then
it?
I saw a better one that someone made on their own.
The Eevee game
Just
that came
sad.
out was like that too.
Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah.
We're like that.
Yeah, they were.
It's really weird though because they were online too.
Yeah.
Like you would just see all the other. It was almost like MMO. Like you would see all the other trainers running around.
Oh, what was
Yeah.
interesting?
What was the one that came out before or after Let's Go?
No idea.
I have no idea.
All I know is there was talks of one.
Sword
and
and Shield.
They were
Yeah.
they were like comparing that to like graphics of 2008, 2009 of
That's
other
Sword and
games.
Shield.
Okay, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Sword and Shield
Or
was
no,
like
but-
2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago.
No. Wait, I
No,
can't remember. I
yeah,
can't keep
I mean,
straight
it was
anymore.
like
Let's
over-
go Pikachu and Eevee looked good. I think it's the new one that comes out tomorrow that everybody's ripping on. That looks
right.
like shit.
It looks like it was made 10, 15, actually, yeah, closer
Yeah.
to like 15 years ago, where then I know Nintendo's after them now, but there was someone who made like their own mod of a Pokemon game, like first-person shooter, or at least first-person style, I
Yeah.
guess is a way to put it. And it looked fucking amazing, where if they were to come out with, a Pokemon game like that now, dude, I'd pick that up in a fucking heartbeat. It's like
Yeah.
to be able to run around and literally throw a ball in battle and that kind of thing, but...
They've done some interesting things with the Pokemon games. Like
Yeah.
Sword and Shield actually has like raids that you can go in with friends and battle giant fucking Pokemon.
yeah.
All right, that's
yeah,
interesting.
it's kind of nuts. It's
Okay.
it's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have that in Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu as well.
I mean, to be fair, I've been out of the Pokemon games since there was 151. So anything past that is
Yeah.
just like
pretty wild.
way past.
Every once in a while, I will like check in, and I've tried to get Odin into it just to see if he's like even remotely interested in it because it
Yeah.
was like it was big for me when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
definitely.
He just is just not receptive
Not
to
it?
it.
No.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Oh, look, it's Pikachu," and I'm like, "Do you want to like watch a show about Pikachu or play a game about Pikachu?" He's like, "No." I'm like, okay.
All right. Are you sure you don't want to learn about Pikachu and then like you can learn about the story of Butterfree where he just wants to be free?
So yeah, Harry, number 2.
Well, let's hear Steve's number 2 first.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, my number 2 all-time favorite is
Oh, that's weird. It's
and
just-
for
It's a pretty good one.
for that reason, I mean, I'm surprised it's not number 1, but I'm going to save that.
I'm really
one
excited
for
to hear
you
what your
guys.
number one is.
I
Yeah,
know.
me too.
I know.
After the rest of his list, it's going to be fucking crazy.
You're waiting on bated breath. So to use one of my favorite person's phrases.
So my number 2, getting back to Pokemon, I'm going to drop Pokemon Soul Silver.
Was there a Soul Gold?
Hold on.
Hold on. Harry, real quick. Could I just get a preview of your number 1?
Yeah. It's Heart Gold.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
So there's a lot of Pokemon at the top.
Yeah,
it seems
sorry.
like.
That's what I use Nintendo for these days.
Yeah, it's
Like I said, first party games. Like,
yeah. So there's specific.
if we named one that's not really first party, that's what I thought.
my next
Yeah.
one's going to be.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay.
And yeah, actually, I did. Fire Emblem's not first party. Pokemon technically is not first party. They just have the sole license
Yeah, they
for
just.
it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine. So specifically those 2 games, because I was really into Generation 2 back on like Game Boy Color.
Yeah, I remember you brought
I
this
think
up
I
a
brought
little
the-
bit on the Game Boy
I
episode.
did. And I was really excited. Like, I'm not interested in getting 800 and some fucking Pokemon, or it's probably even more.
They don't even
Is
have
that-
no. They cut them out. They don't even have them all anymore.
Yeah, you can't collect 900 Pokemon in a single game.
Is that how many they made?
Yeah, but
though?
that's how many exist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm still on the
Christ.
quest to collect them all. So
You can't collect 900 in the games anymore.
No,
In
but
one single game.
I
but
know. I just
want
want
to save file.
I want to collect all of first and second gen.
Oh.
That's me collecting all that
Oh.
I would be satisfied with.
Oh, that should be relatively easy. It's just 2 games, isn't it?
No, you have to do it across like 4 games.
Really? Gen 2 is that long?
No,
'Cause you
because
have to
not
get
all Pokemon spawn in all games.
Yeah.
Like you can't catch all the Pokemon in
You
gold,
have to
and
get
can't
different
catch them all in
generations
silver.
from different.
That's why you need
generations.
red, blue, silver, gold,
So
and then
even with gold
Yeah.
and silver, I couldn't get all 250, 251.
Sure.
whatever it
Yeah.
is. I would have to get. So
Red and blue.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be picking up just to get more advanced because I tried to play the originals and the graphics look so bad it's just really hard to look at. I'm going to get it's Leaf Green and Fire Red. It's like an updated version of Gen 1 as well. So, but it was really cool. So it was over a decade since I played Gold. It was probably like 15 years or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even more than that. It was cool to revisit the world. They barely changed anything going from the original Gold to Heart Gold. It was all almost exactly the same, just a couple sprinkled in differences with some of the updates. What's that?
That's how they get your money. You think there's going to be shit that changed.
I didn't want anything changed, though. I just wanted that same experience.
He just wanted to catch some motherfucking Pokemon.
I did.
It's like, give me another opportunity to spend $60, please.
Oh, I spent more than that. These games go for a shit ton of money.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, now they do
Yeah.
because they're not made anymore.
And that's why I got a second DS as well, so I can trade with myself. I don't have to ride the bus and look for somebody also with a DS.
Let's ride the bus.
Hey guy, you wanna trade some Pokemon?
Harry, where are you going?
Seattle.
I gotta get on a Greyhound. I gotta collect them all, babe.
I need to go. I need to go. Babe,
My life won't be complete.
I told
Are
you
there any
you don't need to go.
7-year-olds on this bus?
I need to go.
Hopped onto a bus in a trench coat.
I need
There are
to
any
get
7-year-olds on this bus? You want to trade?
I'm looking for a Blastoise.
Got an Onyx
Let
for
me
ya.
see your. Let me see your Pokemon.
You can call me Mr. Mime. I'm a ditto you all the way to Sandusky, Ohio.
So yes.
I Mewtwo'd my pants too.
But yeah, no. So it was really cool.
It was right there.
Yeah,
it was right there.
Low hanging fruit.
But it was really cool just kind of revisiting the game.
Let me get your Butterfree. I'm a jerk off in your mother's hair. Wait.
Marowak off.
You see your Weedle.
Look at my Q boner right now.
Oh man, Pokemon. What are you doing?
Look at you walk away. I'm a
dirty creatures.
Real dirty.
girl. Can you turn around? I diglet that ass.
Lick a tongue.
No other lead up. Just lick a tongue. Lick a tongue.
So yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool getting back into this game. So
Nice.
It's like Slowpoke, how he just dips his tail in the water, waiting to catch him.
That's slow, bro.
So you're right.
the spiky
Brendan.
vagina.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait,
Slow
Slow,
bro.
bro.
How he turns into Slowpoke.
no, Slowpoke
No,
turns into
Slowpoke
slow
is
bro.
slow bro.
Okay, so I had it right
Yeah.
the first time. Okay. So number 1, you want to go first, Clark? You want me to go first?
Mine doesn't need a lot of explanation. There's a whole podcast about it, but my top one for the 3DS is Shovel Knight.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I absolutely loved Shovel Knight. Played it for the podcast and just absolutely had an amazing time with it.
That was a cool game.
It was.
That was so much fun.
It was great. And like I have a Shovel Knight amiibo, and I went back once I got the amiibo and put it on my 3DS and unlocked the gold armor for Shovel Knight. It was really cool.
Did you play the game as any of the other knights? I know they
Yeah.
they took a vote, I guess, from the community. Like, what other knights you want to see?
Oh.
In the
I
game?
never went back. I know that update's like probably sitting there wherever my 3DS is now, but I never went back to actually play it.
So my number 1, and I feel like it would be on your list, Clark, if you played it. Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. Fucking one of the best games I've ever played. Period.
Now, because I was looking through at least like the list to see if there were like other names, and obviously Nintendo. But okay,
I was going to get to it, but I know
Okay.
where your question's going.
Okay.
This is the spiritual successor to A Link to the Past.
Okay, cool.
So it plays very similar
right.
as far as like real old school Legend of Zelda. So basically what happens is the Link Between Worlds, you have Hyrule and you have Low Rule. And what you do is when you see certain things on walls around the map, you can transition into a painting on the wall, that like a caveman painting.
Okay.
And then you can walk through gaps, and you can also transition to the other world where the world is different. Platforms are that are there in one world are not there in another.
Okay.
So it's like 2 complete maps.
In Low Rule, there's the Demogorgon.
Kinda. Yeah. I mean, like similar concept.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's fucking amazing.
Never played it. That's interesting. That might make me dig my
Yeah.
It's
3DS to
100% worth it.
As soon as I saw that title, I'm like, I would probably
They have
get
a weapon rental system too.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like
Because you can only carry so much stuff.
you can only beat this
And there's
all
no like
30
storage
times.
or whatever. So like you have these rental systems where you can be like, okay, I'm gonna pay rupees and I'm gonna have a bow or whatever. And then like if you don't die, you can trade it back in and you can get money back. But if you die, you lose it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a pretty interesting thing. It actually works.
That's-
It works really well.
It's an interesting concept.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, I've only ever beaten 2 Legend of Zelda games.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask and Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Breath of the Wild is fantastic. If you have a Switch, 100% worth picking up.
So yeah, that
Okay,
that was my number 1 fucking amazing game. Anybody that hasn't played it and is a Zelda fan, highly recommend it. It's fucking amazing.
I'll put it on my list.
I've bought consoles for games before. Like literally one game, like I bought GameCube because I wanted to play Master Quest because that was the first time it was available. That's the game that I wanted the 3DS for.
Okay, that's what actually.
Literally, I was like, I'm doing all this work for this game because I want to play it.
there you go.
So yeah, honorable mentions in defining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It's probably going to be a shorter list here, but
Maybe.
I have a few to go through.
yeah. Let me give you my number 1. Is
Oh,
pretty
I'm
close
sorry.
to yours. No, that's okay. And I mean, I think that's the most life-changing game I have ever played in my entire life. Like, there is no way that anything is ever going to top this. And I mean, it's just, I'm surprised I didn't hear you guys talk about it, but it's just
Happens.
I sense a theme between your top 5.
I mean, it's a little
just like
close.
they're in the same-
It's like they're in the same series.
Yeah.
They are pretty close, but I mean, there is like slight difference.
Subtle differences.
Exactly. I mean, especially when you get into like how the story starts ramping up and then
Oh, that cliffhanger though.
and then
And
there's
then they
the-
never made any more.
No,
Yeah.
and then just the crescendo and then it's done.
I heard they were rebooting it though. What, honorables?
Yeah.
No, I didn't even have a 5 list.
Okay. Well then,
No.
Joe?
pick
Yeah,
up the
honorable
fucking
mentions?
slack for God's
few.
sake.
I have a few. So my first two are from my wife because she spent fucking hours with these games. Okay.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't think she was on the credits.
I mean, like, to me, they're not just games that she played, but they're games that were fucking huge. They're just not games that I played.
Yeah.
So Animal Crossing Wild World, which is the second in the franchise. First one on handheld. The first Animal Crossing game was a GameCube game. And the other one is kind of, in my opinion, console. I mean, not console defining, but game defining. It's kind of weird. Cooking Mama. So like that was like the beginning of like the weird games. Like Overcooked is almost exactly like Cooking Mama. Very similar, except like it actually involves the stylus. You have to stir the shit with the stylus and shit like that. Yeah,
It's a little less hectic than.
Oh, yeah.
Overcooked.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're right. Because you're making one dish. You're not
yeah,
sending out multiples, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You still have to like keep up with like a task list though and shit like that. But I think like that was like one of those games. There was a shit ton of games like that. I think that was the biggest one of that genre. Shout out to New Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2.
Shout out!
Just because of the side-scrolling platform of the Marios, like
Sure.
those were the Marios I liked. Like Super Mario 64, it's good, but it wasn't really my jam. Like I much preferred Super Mario Land 3. Like you know what I mean? That kind
Yeah.
They
of
release one on the 3DS? Because that could look pretty cool.
Yes. Super Mario Land 3D.
yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Anybody have experience with that at all?
That's actually the next game on my
Oh,
list.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's pretty good. I wouldn't I probably wouldn't buy it now, but like when it was out, like it was pretty cool. It was definitely worth like one of the game playing.
I have the Switch up-resed version of it, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I have these two on my list, but it's pretty much any game in this vein. Star Fox 64 3D, Majora's Mask 3D. Pretty much any of those quintessential 64 games that they remade in 3D are 100% worth playing.
Would you say that they're better than the original?
Yes. Because they run smoother, they have a higher FPS, the polygon count is better, so they just look better. And then you also have the option of playing with the stereoscopic 3D. They're just better. And you have the portability.
My honorable mentions are Super Mario 3D Land. I thought that was a pretty cool game. I also have the up-res version with like Bowser's Big Castle or something like that for the Switch. And then SteamWorld Heist. It's like a download-only game. Really interesting. Just kind of like it's almost like Dig Dug. It's almost like a way more advanced version of like Dig Dug or like Spelunky.
That could be fun.
Yeah, I have some games that defined. Did you go through yours?
Yeah, pretty much everything I mentioned would be defining.
Okay. The Fire Emblem games that came out on this led to the way to like the huge craze that they are on the Switch right now. So I have them there. New Super Mario Brothers 2 and 3. Joe mentioned them. Terraria
Oh.
was
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It got its start on the 3DS before it
Oh.
became like a PC game, and then it like took over, and it was massively popular.
It always look cool. I've always wanted to check it
It's
out.
really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I
Dead
I
now,
bought it
though,
like 4
right?
times. No.
I thought they closed down the servers.
Nope.
They reopened them.
They never closed them down. They just stopped putting out major patches.
Oh, gotcha.
But considering it's been out for like 13 years, like okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
And that was just like 2 years ago.
gotcha. Ocarina of Time. The other one that I had was Detective Pikachu. That's
I always wanted to check that out.
there's a bunch of Professor Layton games. Essentially, where this started was the Professor Layton games, where you're like solving a mystery and you're like doing it's like essentially just like puzzle after puzzle after puzzle to like solve clues to like solve crimes. And then this one, they just put it in the Pokemon world, and Detective Pikachu is Professor Layton. so it's puzzles on puzzles on puzzles to solve the crimes. But I think that was like a console defining thing because like literally a movie got made out of that game.
Right.
So yeah, that's all I've got.
Cool. I think that kind of wraps up our discussion on the DS and the 3DS this evening.
Yep.
Well, very well. We'll stay tuned 2 weeks from now. We'll be releasing what is coming out?
Road 96.
Road 96.
Road 96
Runs parallel to Route 69.
Nice.
Nope.
Nice. Well, I guess if it's
Fucking
opposite, if it's opposite, then would it be perpendicular?
I guess so.
Perpendicular.
Get some weird orgy roads.
Nice. Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, until then, stay sexy.
Stay lovely.
You were going to say something else.
Stay safe.
Love you guys.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on social media and all streaming platforms at Superfun Podcast for more episodes. If you enjoyed the show, tell a friend about us and consider becoming a Patreon member for more exclusive content.